Okay, so this is a little bit interesting. Maybe. Anyway, got that bolted down, got the filters put in. I'll talk about the unit at some other point. Really, I'm talking, this conversation or video, let's put it that way, is about how I'm going to run these, because when I put these off in a linear thing, they go way almost to the wall. So the conundrum is I've got to have a return line, so I've got this set up so that the water comes in this way, goes up and around, returns this way. I've got to have shutoffs and a bypass, and what that means is whenever you're changing your filters or something, you've got to be able to shut this filtration unit off from the rest of your house. The other thing to keep in mind is you have a pressure tank down here that pressurizes your, keeps back pressure, or helps keep back pressure on your water, right? I guess, duh. Anyway, on your water, and that helps your pump out a little bit. So you want to, so the tricky part is that the pump and the back pressure have to always be part of the piping system, even if you have to do a bypass. And that's, the bypass is handled by these little shutoff valves. So that's really the tricky part, is you're going to have two shutoff valves, one on that line that goes across, and you're going to have another shutoff valve before these filters. So the tricky part I want to do here is I really want these two filters, because we have very heavy metal, heavy rust water. So this is a 100 micron spin filter, this is a 50 micron spin filter, and then that's a 5 micron spin filter. And I would like these to catch the big particulates before I hit that, and that'll save me money, because these are about $150, $175 for the unit. Of course, they're not for each, but for all three, this is like $175. So I'd rather not have to replace this one, because this is my first filter in the line. This is my sediment filter, but I'd like just particulates less than 50, because I've got the two spin down filters. Now how they work is you basically just, all the little particulates get stuck outside, fill up in the bottom, and then you just periodically come and, you know, drain these to get rid of them, right? So anyway, so that one's going to come across. You get your little shut-off valve, which will be about right there for that top part. And then what we're thinking about doing is actually taking this out this way, so that these spin down filters sit out like this. Kind of takes away from that. So we're still trying to figure that out, of how that's going to happen. Really want to get all that piping built before I cut into that line. I'd also like to fix this problem right here, which isn't really a problem, but the Nimrods that built this house can't apparently measure, or didn't have a plumb bob, or whatever the friggin' problem is. So they have my feed line going to the house, the main feed line right there, all torqued, because like I said, they don't apparently have a plumb bob. Can't figure out how to hang a nail off a string or something to figure that out. So I'd like to get that fixed. Got to figure out, so I know how this line goes across, has a shut-off valve. It's got to be a shut-off valve I can, you know, reach. And then these spin-down filters have got to be in there, and they have to have a shut-off valve on them, right? Somehow, right? So on this side, so that you can isolate the filter unit, still feed your house. You have to have another shut-off valve, kind of like that one there, between those two shut-off valves, because you turn it off to force the water through the filtration system and up. So essentially 3 shut-off valves, one on each end of this, and one in the middle, and then that will get you so you're pumping water through the filters, or you can turn off those two, still feed the house, and change the water out, or change the filters out. So that's going to be a little interesting. Also wondering what the hell that is, because that just fell down there. That doesn't look right, does it? That's interesting. Anyway, oh well. Now, I'm pretty happy about this, actually. We're not going to hook this up until next week. I don't want to be chasing down leaks and having issues at the end of a weekend. So we're going to do it finish it off next weekend. This turned out a little bit better than I thought. Had to surmount a couple of obstacles, but luckily I have my wife with me and she's able to help out on ideas a lot. So first of all, that little pipette right there is going to attach up there a lot better than what jabberwocky crap they got in there now. So that's really nice. So pretty close, if not perfect on that, which I'm pretty stoked about. There is a little bit of a torque on this. You can see it's kind of angled back a little bit. Yeah, I guess I can live with that. I'm fine. Kind of when all this stuff dries, you're kind of stuck with what you have. But anyway, and some of this was assembled elsewhere. So that pipette goes good. So essentially what's going to happen is this little pipe is going to fit in here. I'm not going to do it. But there's my pump inlet. So there's my pump. It's going to come into this thing, right? And it's going to make its way up. This is my pressure piping. So I'll put a little L right here and it'll go up in there. Again, those cuts and all that's going to change is going to be. I may end up having to put a little 90 degree on that thing, although there's quite a bit of play on this. So I don't know. I think I might be okay. Anyway, so 90 degree on the pressure thing should be good. That gives me pressure and pump for both sides. So essentially right now I've got a shut-off valve here, a shut-off valve up here, and a shut-off valve there. So this is in bypass mode if I had this wired up, meaning that the pump would come in, it would come straight up this way, it would have back pressure on it, right? It would come straight up this way, come up, and then up into the house. So that's how you set it when you're changing the filters. And then when you want to do the filters, you flip that one right there to half. You open up that one, you open up that one, and then what will happen is the pump will come in, it'll come up, it'll hit that one right there, it'll come through here, go all the way up through, fill all these up, go all the way up through, all the way across, over, and then up. So, yeah, pretty happy about that, actually. Not going to glue this one until I'm ready to go this next weekend. When I start making cuts, I'll do that. But I think that I'm pretty good the way that is. The spin downs, what we ended up doing. This is my wife's idea. It actually worked. Well, partly my idea too. The problem I had was, one, Lowe's didn't have the parts I needed, so I ended up having to buy 2 of these. So here's the thing. This filter right here, I gotta watch my time, so let's see if I can do this in a minute and a half. This filter right here is the 5 micron, 50 micron, 100 micron, 50 micron, 5 micron. I wanted this filter in here, and it does a direct screw into this housing. The problem was its bell housing right here kept hitting the edge of this, so I couldn't get that tight. Anyway, I got my fancy dancy Japanese rasp out and actually knocked off the edges of this, because what I ended up doing was I bought another one of those, but by the time you add that 4 inches into the edge of this thing, that pushed me all the way up against the wall. So when we got fiddling with it, we realized, well, I really couldn't use that, but I also couldn't leave it loose because it would leak right there. So I had to figure out how to do it. Anyway, yeah, the punchline was I just got my little Japanese, hand rasp, one of our more aggressive ones, hit the housing on this a little bit, cut that off so that would go by and then tighten up, and then, yeah, that's pretty good. So I was able to get those filters all on. Spin down filters, that's what those are called, spin down filters. So they actually have filters you can clean. They catch big particulates, and then you can come out here periodically, drain the goo out. If they get too clogged, you can take them off, go upstairs, wash them. Same thing with this one, right? Little particulates. I'll try to run some hoses someday off these and over to our drain spot way over here, which is covered up with fishing poles. But there is a drain in there somewhere. Anyway, so I may do that at some point, but I don't know when. But anyway, so that's kind of it. So 100 micron, 50 micron, 5, 5, 5, and then leading up to the house. So that would be kind of neat. I hope the water's tastes a little better, smells a little better. I did get the heavy metals. We have very iron, mineral-rich soil here in southwest Missouri. So it helps. It'll be good to get rid of that. So we'll see. The only thing I'm worried about a little bit is this filter that's in here is called a KDF filter. It filters out all your heavy metals, and a lot of the stuff I read on Amazon, a lot of folks have problems with that and not enough pressure. And of course, I don't have the greatest pressure. It's 50, which the minimum for this is 40. So we'll have to see. Really, you can put any filters you want in here, but I kind of wanted that KDF. But if that doesn't work, then you know, I can just go get another carbon filter. This has got a carbon filter in this one, so I can just get another carbon filter and put it in there. So you can kind of mix and match the filters as you want. Pressure gauges up top. Don't know if they're going to leak, so I certainly haven't done a leak test on any of this. But it all looks like it's going to fit, so pretty stoked about that. Pretty chuffed. So anyway, more next week. I would say for years, Captain, I would say for years I had those little squeezy cutter things, you know, for PVC pipes. So I have a set of them. They're probably in there somewhere, I don't know. But I have since found the best tool ever for doing PVC piping, and that is a dovetail saw. It's a little staticky, but it's doing an outstanding job. So that's pretty cool. So I have been using this, get a lot better square cuts, that's for sure. And I never really could get very good square cuts of the squeezy things. The other thing I think I'll show you is my little friend over here, as long as he doesn't jump on me, he's trying to get himself a fly. Nope, missed again. If he'd get it there on that black grill, he'd probably catch a few of them because they're flying around, but I don't know. He hasn't figured it out. He keeps running around the grill. Little jumping spider. I like little jumping spiders if he doesn't jump on me. Got little fangs out. Definitely got his little fangs out. Stupid little things. They are funny. Look at that. Look at that big old fangs. Yep, he just pulled them back. Yep. He's like, what are you looking at, buddy? I'm looking at you. Why don't you catch a fly? You got one right there. Here, I'll get out of the way. Get them little fangs out and go over there and eat that fly. Come on. Hurry up. He's over there. Get him. Ah, missed him again. His brother's up there. Anyway, the entertainment in southwestern Missouri right here. Flies are our state bird anyway, so it's never under abundance of freaking little biting black flies. So get little kittens over here too, since I'm doing the wildlife show here. Get little kittens. Had an orange one, but apparently it died in the flood. I've got these two idiots down here. from another mother, and that's Pumpkin Spice. She's one of our wild feral kittens that lets you touch her. Had a little fluff ball there in the house earlier today. He was a pretty little thing, isn't he? Look at him. Little male idiot. Like I need 3 cats in the house. I already got 2. Oh, while you're watching me, this is not a fly. Oh, holy crap. You better watch it. You got competition. You got 2 of you. Ah. One thing a spider likes more than another spider, or more than a fly, is another spider. We're going to have some problems here, aren't we? Look at that. Alan's like, what the hell are you doing, buddy? You run like hell. Your cousin will eat you. So he's going to stand up there. Then this one's going to come down here. Yep, look at that. Jumped over there. Go get him. Maybe you're a little better hunter than your cousin here. There's 2 of them over there. They're fornicating. Get them while they're fornicating. They're not paying attention. Well, neither of you are getting fed, apparently. Either of you jump on me, you end up squished. So, that's all there is to it. I like you little jumping spiders, but I don't need you on me. I don't want any little goofballs. This is why you don't wash your car. You wouldn't have no way for them to stick to the side. What are you going to do? You going to come down here? You're both females. You are not going to like each other in the least bit. We're going to have us a contest. Look at that. Oh, look at those little legs. They're dancing. Look how big I am. Oh, scared that one away. That one's bigger. They both decided it wasn't worth dying for. Unfortunately, that's right where I gotta walk. So where'd the one go? Down there on the ground? Crawling up my leg? I don't know. There's one. I have no idea where the other one went to. Alright, can I get him? He's a tiny fly, but still probably worth a fang. Oh, you missed him. You missed them. I have seen jumping spiders catch flies before. I was kind of hoping to film one. But anyway, 6 minutes. Kind of long for a spider video. So anyway.